Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to look at the daily problem, maximum number of jumps to reach the last index. As always, if you get confused at any point during this video, just drop a comment down below and I will respond to help you out. Let's get right into it. Here is the problem page. It's a little bit wordy, so let me explain the goal step by step to make it easier to understand. We are given a list of numbers, and we always start our journey at the very first number, which is at index 0. Our mission is to make our way through the list and land exactly on the very last number. We are only allowed to jump forward in the list, no going backward. But we can't just jump anywhere. The difference between the number we land on and the number we jumped from has to be less than or equal to a target number they give us. If there are multiple paths to the end, we want to choose the path that lets us take the maximum number of individual jumps. We want the longest valid route. Let's look at a quick example visually to see how this plays out. Here is our list of numbers, and our target difference is 2. We always start right here at the first spot, the number 1. From the 1, we can jump to the 3. The difference is exactly 2, which perfectly matches our target limit. That is our first jump. From the 3, we look forward. We can jump to the 4. The difference is 1, which is under our target limit. Now we've made 2 jumps. Finally, from the 4, we can jump to the 2 at the very end of the list. The difference drops by 2, which is totally fine since we only care about the absolute difference. That makes 3 total jumps to reach the end, which is our highest possible score. Just a quick heads up before we dive into the logic, we will be walking through the solutions using Python, but don't worry if you use another language. I will show the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript at the end of the video. Okay, so for our first approach, we are going to use Memoization search. The idea here is to think about the problem from the perspective of starting anywhere and trying to reach the end. Since we might check the same paths multiple times, we will save or cache the maximum jumps from each spot so we don't have to repeat the same work twice. Here is the full code for this first approach. It might look a little dense, so let's break it down chunk by chunk. First, we define a search function that takes our current position. We also slap a cache decorator right on top of it. This automatically remembers the result for any position we've already calculated. Inside our search function, we need a stopping point. If our current position is the very last index, we are already there, so it takes exactly 0 more jumps. If we aren't at the end yet, we start our result tracker at -infinity. This acts as a marker that says, hey, we haven't found a valid path forward yet. Then, we loop through every single position ahead of us. For each one, we check our core rule. Is the absolute difference between the numbers less than or equal to our target? If it is a legal jump, we calculate how many jumps it takes from that new spot to the end, add 1 for the jump we just made, and see if it beats our current highest score. Finally, back in our main function, we kick off the search starting from index 0. If the answer comes back completely negative, it means no path existed, so we return -1. Otherwise, we return our answer. Okay, now for the second method. Instead of using recursion and moving backward, we can use bottom-up dynamic programming to solve it iteratively, moving left to right. Here is the code for the dynamic programming approach. Let's break this one down into tiny pieces as well. First, we create a list to track the maximum jumps to reach every single spot. We fill it with -infinity, except for the very first spot, which gets a 0 because we start there without jumping. Next, we start checking every position in the list, one by one. For each position we check, we look back at every single spot that came before it. If a previous spot allows a valid jump to our current spot, we take the score from that previous spot, add 1, and keep it if it's the highest score we've found for our current spot so far. To visualize this, imagine our tracker array right at the start. Only the first spot is possible to reach, taking 0 jumps. When our loops discover that spot 0 can validly jump to spot 1, the tracker updates spot 1 to show a maximum of 1 jump. Later, when we check spot 3, we'll see we can jump there from spot 1. So we take spot 1 score, add 1 jump, and record a new high score of 2 for spot 3. A major edge case to think about is what if we get stuck? Because we initialized our array with -infinity, if the final spot is never reached, its value remains negative. We catch that at the very end and return -1 to handle it perfectly. So how fast are these solutions? Both approaches have a time complexity of order n², where n is the length of our list because of the nested looping behavior. The space complexity is order n, because we store a value for each spot in the list. The key takeaways from this problem are that dynamic programming is excellent when you need to track the maximum score across a sequence of choices. And, using a really low value like -infinity is a great trick for marking states that are completely unreachable. Also, a quick channel update. You can probably tell this video is narrated by AI. I originally built this system for myself to study faster, but I wanted to share it here. I've recently changed the format to use these fast-paced microslides to keep things engaging. Please let me know in the comments if you prefer this style over longer static slides. I don't run ads or take sponsorships, so the videos are distraction-free. If these guides help you out and you want to support me, you can buy me a boba using the link on the screen. Now let's grab that code for the other languages. If you want to skip pausing the video and just copy the exact code I'm about to show you, I have a completely free website where I upload all of it. Just go to the leetcodeunlock.com link in the description. Here is the full dynamic programming solution translated into Java. We use -1 to track the unreachable spots here. Next up, here is the exact same logic written out for C++. And finally, here is the solution using JavaScript. Before we go, I want to mention my other channel, Leetcode Unlocked. The goal over there is to eventually post a solution video for literally every single problem on the platform. So if you are studying specific topics, check it out. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I drop these guides every single day as soon as the problem is released. Keep coding, and I will catch you in the next one.